Hello from all of us at the Ishtitan Foundation. For more than 20 years, we've worked with communities in the highlands of Guatemala to improve education and work opportunities for thousands of indigenous Mayan youth that live there. I'm Kelly Eplee, the current president of the foundation, and I'm honored to work closely with volunteers and staff and with the founder, Beth Neville Evans, who is still very much involved. Your support has made learning materials and scholarships, trained teachers, and dreams possible for hundreds of students year after year. So thank you. I greet you with some excellent news and then a personal story, and after that, a challenge. If you've ever visited Guatemala's verdant and rugged highlands, you've seen their beauty and you know just how kind and generous the people are there. And you know they struggle to give their children what they did not have, basic education and health care and good work opportunities. The excellent news that I promised is that the foundation will build our next school in a remote community called Centro Uno. This community was formed in the 1980s by refugees of the armed conflict that ravaged their homes and crops and communities. And ever since then, Centro Uno has never had a middle school. So each year, the families lose their young daughters and sons when they become teenagers. Why? Because there's nothing for them there. So they risk the dangers of going to Guatemala City or the U.S. Our story in Centro Uno started just 3 years ago when the foundation received a $20,000 gift for the Centro Uno community to start their dream for building this middle school. And with that gift, parents immediately bought a press to begin pressing out building blocks for a school structure. They will build much of this school with their own hands and save the cost. This brings me to the challenge, which is where the story gets kind of emotional for me. The foundation just received a challenge match for $40,000. Challenge gift, when matched, will ensure full completion of the school building. And the donor of this challenge match is actually my mom, who gifted it to honor my dad, who died last year. And though he'd never been there, the school was important to him. Several years ago, when I returned to Virginia after traveling the many hours and rough roads to get to Centro Uno, Dad asked me about the school, and I told him, well, it's way in the mountains in a very remote piece of jungle and pretty much forgotten by the Guatemalan government. Very few families can afford to send their kids 50 miles away to the closest town for a middle school, so they don't. Dad hesitated and said, sadly, it sounds a lot like North Carolina and the mountains where I grew up during the Great Depression. Mountain folks are just left out. And soon after that conversation, Dad gifted the community the original $20,000 for the block building machine. And for the next few years, right up to his death, many times when I saw him, he would mention the school and the parents and the kids and was asking me how the block making was going. So that's why today I humbly request that you help us with this full completion of this invaluable school. The challenge gift has been given, and these young people don't need to continue making these dangerous choices to leave home. Help them stay close to their home in the Guatemalan highlands. We have only $27,000 to go to build the roof system and provide the chalkboards and desks and chairs for the 3 grades of the first middle school this community's ever had. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you'll help us. Please go to the link.